Hey, what's going on? Welcome. Thanks for joining me. This is RJ's Cave. And yeah, I'm trying new entrances, guys. Sorry. Listen, welcome. Thanks for joining me. This is RJ's Cave, where this time around, guys, we're going to be taking a look at just about the lowest end Ibanez electric guitar you can find, all right? Before we do, though, I want to thank everybody, all right? I want to thank everybody who's been liking, subscribing, and hitting notification bells, okay? Because that stuff's the bread and butter here on YouTube, and every time you do it, it really helps. So thank you for that. Anyone who's actually not doing anything, thanks. No, seriously. You know, it's just the beginning of TV. Just watching is helping, right? So thank you. All right. So besides, I know you'll get to me at one point and decide to hit the like button, right? So there's that. Anyway, oh, also, those of you that are sharing and commenting, guys, thank you. You're all stars because that stuff takes more than a mouse click. So the algorithm notices that it really shows right away. So thank you very much for all that, guys. All of you, thank you very much. And in the spirit of thank you very much, I'm doing a raffle for you guys. All right. Since I can't give everybody something as a way of saying thank you, the very least I could do is try and give somebody something and show that I'm trying, right? So that's the reason for the raffle. What am I raffling off? 3 months of free online guitar lessons. It's guitar or bass or ukulele, actually. So, but 3 months. So just go to this video, the one that's coming up right about now, or right about now, one of them, and so you and just sign up. All you got to do is listen to what's the directions in the video. You hang out, watch it to the end. You like it, subscribe, notification bells, all that stuff. But there's a little more. So watch it to the end. It explains everything, and then but it's easy. It's all click, 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 done. So do that, and then when I get enough people who are actually commenting, I'm actually going to put everybody into a raffle, an online raffle, and I'll do a video with it, and you'll see it, and you will see the winner. All right. So go check that out. Thank you very much. Okay. So, all right. So, guys, this is an Ibanez Geo. It's got a lot of faults. My buddy's not going to like me saying all this stuff, but it's got a lot that it's good. It's got a lot going for it. That's the wording I was looking for. So, what's the deal? All right. Well, the tuners on this thing. The nut is plastic and probably just cut with a chainsaw. It's really, really rough, so that's junk. The fretwork, though, is nice. The neck is nice. It's a basic neck, though. It's like basic, pardon me, ooh. It's a basic Fender-style neck, but it doesn't have the tilt-back headstock. So it's more inexpensive, but it's a perfectly fine, good neck. Nothing wrong with it. So, another good thing, the fret ends, okay? The fret ends on this thing were rounded from the factory, I can tell, okay? Because I'm fairly certain of this, because this is a second owner instrument at minimum, and I'm sure that this thing was not so expensive that it was worth the original owner, doing this himself, because that's another couple $100. All right, so this is a low-end guitar. So if it was rounded, if they're rounded, they were rounded at the factory, and they are rounded, which is very impressive for a guitar that's about $150 new. Okay, so that's good. The cheap pickguard, it just doesn't impress me. All right, this pickguard is basically flat plastic. Here, let me bring this down a little so it's easier to see this. All right. It's just a sheet of basic black plastic. It's unimpressive. And, but that's okay. I mean, it shows that it's an inexpensive guitar, but it's okay for what it is. The pickups, on the other hand, are inexpensive. A dead giveaway for inexpensive humbucker pickups is the fact that on this coil and this coil, there are supposed to be screws that you can slightly adjust the height. But these don't have it, and that's usually done either for savings or because, like, during a certain period of time, there was a company making them that way. It's probably like Gibson or DiMarzio, one of these companies, and they were cutting them like that. and certain people grew to prefer it that way. So sometimes you'll see pickups like that are high quality and high end, but you'll also see them come with a high price. The fact that these are in an inexpensive guitar tells you that they're cheap. Okay, it's a sign that they're cheap. So the paint though on this body is really, really good. All right, here's why I was saying that they went a little bit further with the paint. It's a multi-layer paint job. All right, they do a coat of blue. First, it's like it's sealed, right? That's normal with every guitar. Then it's painted its base color. In this case, it was painted a blue color. You can see the color underneath and some of the nicks in the finish. Let me see if I can show you one. All right. So the clear coat and the silver have come off, and underneath you're seeing that blue. All right. So, but like I said, that's a sign of it being a multi-layer paint job. Normally on an inexpensive guitar, you get one layer of thick, plasticky style paint that gets cooked on and it's sent out and it's done. So here you have around 3 layers. You have the base coat. Besides the sealer, you have the base coat, the second coat, which has got the metal flake, and it tends to be transparent, and then there's a clear coat. So that's a sign of expense. So they're paying some attention on this guitar. So how does this guitar sound? Well, let's take a look at how it sounds. I have it right now. I have it plugged into my ID Core 40, my new amp. I'll run it through a few samples. I should give you some clean tones so you can understand how it sounds clean. Because when it sounds distorted, you can pull off an occasional decent tone with this guitar, which is good, right? Which is a positive. Ideally, you want positive, good tones all the time. So now, this guitar, by the way, has 1 volume, 1 tone, and a 3-way switch. Okay? Alright. I'm going to start going through a couple of clean tones real quick so that you get an idea how these sound normally. Alright, unaffected by effects. Alright, I'm in a clean, warm tone. Now I'm going to move up to another clean tone. This is a brighter tone. This is the same bridge. Alright, I'm going to go to the neck now. I'm going to do the same 2 tones. First the warm. Now the brighter one. Now I'm in the middle. I'm going to start on the bright tone since I'm there. Alright, so actually I should have gone down. Now with the warm, I didn't do the warm clean, right? With the last one. So that's the clean stuff. Alright, So now in the bridge position, I want to do some rhythm stuff. I'm on it's kind of an old school Metallica type rhythm and distortion. This one's another one, but it's brighter. And I'm still on the bridge pickup. All right, more of an 80s metal tone. Bridge now, all neck. I'm going to roll through them again. Neck, this is still the AC/DC style tone. Sounds a lot different. Metal. Okay, now this is the metal, more modern metal. Now we're on to the more brighter more lead oriented tone. All right, guys, I think that's good enough, right? So, bottom line, if you could find this guitar for under $100 used, it's not a bad deal. Everything in it with a decent amp will sound okay. The pickups really could use replacing, and I'm sure if you're looking at this type on the back, even now with a new version of this guitar, then you're probably going to have the same issues, right? But I don't see, as this guitar is right now, I don't see it being too much of a detriment to a player. So that's really the most important thing for an inexpensive instrument, is that it's not a detriment to the player, that the detail work, enough of it has been done to make sure that it's a fully playable instrument when it gets into somebody's hands. So that's usually the stuff that's let go on inexpensive instruments. Lately, past, I guess 10 years, they've been upping the game on that. And that's good. Right now, you can get one that's probably a little bit better than this one. When this one was new, compared to how this same model is now new, the new one is probably a little bit better. It's just how things have been going. So, but there's a big positive with this one too, okay? This is designed after the RG series. That's all the Geo line is, basically designs from the RG series of guitars sent to like the lowest bidder to make the guitars, okay? Not necessarily, well, in the past, not necessarily the best ones. They're getting better. So, so basically, you're getting good guitars at really cheap prices, as long as they're following the attention to detail. You know what I'm saying? And these are, right. I'm pretty sure that the new ones are probably, if like I said, they're probably a little bit better than this one was when it was new. It's just the way things have been going, and it's amazing to see. But that's another story. What would I do with this guitar myself? If I owned it, I would change the tuners, the nut, the pickups, the electronics, and in some way, shape, or form, I would either replace the tremolo in its entirety, or I would at least change the block. All right. So, and back stuff with these guitars shouldn't be all that difficult to find, because RG guitars are often upgraded and modded, and then that stuff is then sold online. The stuff that was replaced gets sold online. So you can probably find pick guards that are the exact same as this, that will more or less fit with the pickups and everything in them, and they're better pickups, better electronics all around, and you're probably going to pay $50-$60 for them. Drop them in, wire it up, 15 minutes, and you got yourself a nice, significant upgrade. Same thing can be said for the tuners and all that stuff. It's all out there. It'll all be had relatively inexpensive if you look. And this guitar can be a lot of fun for a long time if you give it a little of attention. So, anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this one. I'm probably going to do a Can It Hang with Harley Benton with this guitar shortly as well. So look for that. You'll see some quality difference that are probably going to arise. I get a feeling already. So check that out. Also, guys, check out my Facebook page. Check out the Facebook group. Check out the, like the page. Join the group. Also, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all right? All that stuff helps me, helps you. Everybody's happy. And don't forget the raffle, okay? Check it out. Seriously, someone's going to win 3 months of free guitar lessons. So get over there. Make sure it's you, all right? So, sorry if this has been a long one, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Remember, this music journey we're on is a bit of a magic quest as well, because when you think about what magic really would be in the real world, I think music qualifies, because you can learn a song and then play that song for somebody who's having a bad day, and just like that, change their day. So if that's not magic, I don't know what is. So go out there, learn how to make music so you can make magic, all right? The world needs more magic in it. This has been RJ's Cave. Thanks again, guys. Take it easy.